it's me, Laura B, at Craft and See with Laura B. How is everyone today? I am hanging in there. Oh, sorry, my face is just, as always. I'm here taking a break from the Alice bandwagon, hashtag Alice bandwagon, my hashtag anyway, because I belong to Buy Nothing Junk Journal group, and every month they do, I think it's every month, they do wishes, and you know, they have it divvied up by last name. And so I told this lady that I would grant a couple of her wishes. And so here are, she wanted pockets and tags and altered paper clips. Now I didn't do many altered paper clips because I don't have very many large ones. The one thing that pocket that I made her, this is one I sewed, I glued it together. I got this idea from Natasa at Treasure Books, and I will try to remember to link her. The first one I did is for, for a center is this. And I have my camera facing the correct way, and so I can't see it. I just, here, I know I got these marks that I need to try to stay in. So here's the first one I did, and I don't know if it's just too much, but it's the same pocket, and this one you can sew in the center of a signature. So I used one of these 3D butterflies from the $1.25 store, and I just printed out G. Kerr's pink butterfly collection, and my blackberry stained papers. I just don't know if it's too on the nose, you know. So I honestly, I don't know. I'm always nervous that someone isn't going to like what I send them and blah, blah, blah. I did try to soften it up a little bit, make it maybe a little bit more romantic. Perfect, absolutely perfect for a butterfly journal. And this one goes here. And then here. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, I got all nervous and don't know if I want to send this one off as well. What say you all? Anyone that comments, you know, if you comment, let me know what you think. If you would enjoy getting this for the center of a journal, a butterfly journal, and more 3D butterflies. So, obviously it's specific, but I got all nervous. This one, it's the same concept. I just glued it together to make 5 pockets. So you have a pocket here, then here, one in the center, and then pocket number 4 and pocket number 5. This being the 5. I used a combination of, well, this is just one of those paper pads, color box I think it is, and then I backed it with my jelly print. This one and the other one are from the same jelly print that I did. I was just playing around with texture and stuff, and then these are from a master board that I made, and then I just sewed around it. So anyway, so here we are today, and this is what we're going to do. Now, I spent this morning making some die cuts. Come back here. Out of similar color. I didn't want it all to be the same. I kind of wanted it to be a little bit maybe out there. Excuse my sniffs. It is early in the morning, and, well, allergy season is trying to kill us all. So here we are. I have some lace and ribbon over here. I did these die cuts this morning. Yesterday and this morning. So, here we go. Idaho. About 5 minutes into the video. These are ones I've done previously. I am so sorry. There are some other ones. I've got some phrases over here. Most likely I will use not the small talk snarky, but inside of it I have the regular small talk. And then if we have time, we'll get to these altered paper clips. I cut myself last week, and so this area of my finger is really dry, so I was trying to, you know, kind of clean it up a little bit, and well, it was going to be unhappy no matter what I did. Anyway, so here we are. Not much to say. And let's see. We also have what's in here. And I will actually go to this lace box. And then I have a trim. And then underneath it I have the big... Excuse my sniffs again. I apologize. I have been blowing my nose all morning. I meant to get a video up yesterday. Yes, I did. But I had real life I had to contend with. And, well, quite frankly, real life activated my my anxieties to the point that I was exhausted. I mean, seriously, exhausted. Not ready to talk about what I did, but kind of making a life change for my future. Because my future's so bright, you know. I gotta wear shades. I need to blow again. I apologize. Cover your ears. As you can hear, there's not much there. But boy, it sure likes to talk. It likes to talk. All right, am I in frame? I'm in frame. Put that one there. All right, here we go. Less talking and more smacking, right? So I want to see if I have anything on here. Actually, this kind of might go-ish. Don't care if it matches perfectly. That's not what I'm going for, but neither is that. Where's my lace? My lace, my lace, my lace, lace. Lace or trim, or I've got that. I've got this. Let's see. I just kind of want to break it up a little bit. So how is it? I asked how everyone is, but let me delve into it a little bit more. How is everyone out there in YouTube land? Everything here is going along swimmingly. For, you know, as much as life ever goes swimmingly. And actually, I had originally wanted to do this one. There. I kind of like that. And, you know, I try not to use anymore this because of the gloopiness factor. Gloopiness, whatever. But I will use it for sticking down lace. And this one's going to be a little bit tricksy. I'm going to stand up and get my tweezers. Now, I bought these reverse tweezers thinking it would be easier because when you're holding it, you don't have to squeeze and it'd be easier on the fingers. But, and for the most part, they are only if you don't have dexterity issues. So the weather here has been kind of, you know, well, it's been overcast and off and on rain. Yesterday was more overcast and no rain than actual rain with the clouds. In fact, honestly, I don't even think it rained. It just decided, you know, oh, I'm going to be cold and cloudy and with a few sun breaks, but not enough. Gotta be quiet and concentrate on this. Finally got my dog to eat this morning. I think she just gets lazy. So So I, you know, chum the waters. Every once in a while I try to spoil her. Now, if it wasn't so expensive, I would continue to feed her raw. I'm a huge proponent of raw for dogs and cats, but you know, I don't have a cat, so excuse me. There. But it's just so expensive. I mean, it's hard to feed ourselves, right? Let alone feeding your dog that. But every once in a while, you know, because of the chickens, I give her an Eggie in her breakfast. The Eggie came from a habit when my son was small. And I did not, for the most part, do baby talk. I don't like baby talk. I don't like it in adults, you know. But there were some little phrases that I used. And this is what I hate about glue stick. Because what I did is I took the jelly print, and because when you do these, the backs, for me anyway, always get messed up, and so I glued it to just light cardstock. Anyway, and it was just one of those phrases that stuck with me. I 9 times out of 10 call it Eggies. Get an Eggie on your breakfast, which she always loves. This will go decently. And oops, off frame. I know, I'm really bad about crafting all the way down here. I think a lot of us have that problem. And these are a bunch of die cuts. I think I got from Tommy. I'm pretty sure I got them from Tommy. And I'm just going to, again, I'm trying out my hand at no rhyme, no reason. But we shall see how well that works. All right. Let me get these phrases out from the middle. And I'll go with the white. Not my circus, not my monkeys. The journey is okay. Here, darling, you are a work of art. Ugh. There we go. So there's one. And let us see. That looks a little bit too on the nose. But, let's see. No. I can try this. No. If you saw that flash, my computer screen just kicked off. Y'all, I'm having a hard time deciding. Let's, when in doubt, smack a butterfly on it. I mean, there's always lace. And there's always, I need to stop worrying about this and just pick something, for crying in a bucket. Pick something. Let's try. No. I'm just not liking what I'm seeing here. Oops. And there is a reason that I have kept, ooh, this will be nice. Kept, there we go. I'm going to actually glue this to that. And I'll read it to you in a second because it always just cracked me up. These instructions for this lantern that I bought, which I really like. Not the most expensive out there because, you know, that's not how I roll. There. that is close enough to center for me. I have been up since 3:30 this morning, 3:45 I think it was, because I was so exhausted yesterday from, peopling, adulting. Excuse my stomach, if you heard that. I laid on the couch, my day bed, most of the day. The couch, day bed, probably easier to call it day bed, because I was that tired. Just slip it down. And I can only, for those of you that can lay in bed for a long time, you know who I'm talking about. Count your lucky stars, because I cannot. Case in point, yesterday my back started hurting badly. Or this morning. So I was driven out of bed, not because I was ready per se, but because my back said, yes, you are. Let's do this and that. So yeah, this morning I wasn't quite ready to get out of bed. I mean, apparently I was, because I really am not that tired. Of course, I had some caffeine too. That helps. Oh well. It's a little bit on. I wasn't paying attention. There's that tune I It means nothing, and I forgot I wanted to get, or just thought, let me get some buttons. Don't necessarily want wooden buttons, so I will get these. These are my really colorful buttons, and because I was thinking orange, maybe not. Unless I can find a really teensy tiny one, which I think I use them all. No, that'll work. I am actually going to use glossy accents on this, except for, it's always clogged no matter what I do. No matter what I do, this is always clogged. So what is everyone working on? Obviously, I'm working on this, and then I joined a tag swap, of which I have chosen the style I'm going with. Come on. I'm telling you, I have the worst luck with not this tip clogging. I might have to cut it. I hate doing that. But neither do I want to sit here and waste everybody's time trying to unclog this tip. There it goes. Now this stuff, as you know, if you don't know, is pretty sticky. There it goes. That was just a little too much. But because it's sticky, it really might. Now I'm trying to see if I can find a little teeny tiny button, which I found, and then it slipped out of my fingers. Put your pin back in your glue. Dippity doo. There. I don't have. Ooh, I might. Who cares if it goes over just a little bit? It's going to be by such a small amount, it's not going to be that noticeable. Of course, this will add bulk to the mailing. Maybe I'll just do this. See what that does. And then, ow, son of a biscuit eater. There we go. Close up the buttons and not put them over there because I'm going to knock them over. And I don't feel like playing 1,000 button pickup today. Hang on just a second. I guess I didn't. It felt like I cut my toe. But I did not. Sure felt like it, though. Alright. So let's move on into this one. These are a little bit more tricky for me. Oh, to read this. So I've kept these instructions just to read you guys this. So it tells you to replace the battery. Use tool such as a straight screwdriver to unclench the battery cover. Okay. Fairly straightforward. And this is the battery cover. Right there. That's the battery cover. Then on the back, cautions. Because, you know, you have to be told not to shine it into somebody's eyes. And not to hold it in hot places for a long time. And don't put it in the water. And it says, please don't open the battery cover and replace the battery for non-professionals. Okay, so that's what we're supposed to replace the battery, but then we're not supposed to replace the battery for non-professionals. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I found that funny, so I was like, I'm going to keep that and read that one day. And that one day is now. That one day became today. Ooh. See, now that would be nice. That matches that really, really well. I got a bunch of this fabric from, but I can't put anything like that on the inside because it won't want to stay. So we are just doing die cuts on the insides. See, I have never, how do y'all decorate these? Ooh, here we go. Let's put some splatter. So this is what happens when you do more than one at a time. So I did this one on top of this one because, you know, why not? I was lazy that way. That's not going to show up very well. But this will, and I said I wasn't going to put any fabric on it, and I'm not, any kind of trim. So it's going to go this way. These are die cuts that I got from the beautiful Mitzi over at 307 Junk Journals. Everyone go check her out. I will link her if I don't have her permanently linked. I will do my best. And now that I have this all on here, I'm not sure that that really is going to go with that. And stop taking so much time deciding. What do I know? What has been happening? There's always one. Well, you know, I told you all about the sad news of my hen, so I had 7 at the beginning of March, and now I have 5. Which I think I'm going to call that guy back next month on the 3rd and tell him I want another one. I really like him. He was very knowledgeable. The hens he sold me are well taken care of. There's nothing wrong with them, but apparently, you know, my place is the place where suddenly they just start dying and getting off and blah, blah, blah. And if you hear a bunch of noise behind me, Please do remember that there is a bunch of construction going on down the street where they're putting in 1 billion houses in a very, very small lots. And it's just, honestly, it's mind-boggling that they're doing it and that people will want to live there. You know, they have, they're putting 2 houses on a lot. One looks like a mother-in-law house, but it's a separate residence behind the big house. And we're talking, there is maybe, I don't know what to put on here, guys. Just shut up and do it. There might be probably 10 feet. Oh, that's what I could do. So what I could have done. 10 feet between the sliding glass door of one and, oh, I'm just going to do this, of one and the front door of the other. Now the little tiny house behind is either just a 1-bedroom or a studio. I mean, it's small. And there are no front windows. There's a sliding glass door in the back and maybe 2 small windows. You know, the narrow kind. And on the street you drive into it, it's a very small street. There's a total of 8 residences, and there's another one up in the corner that is 2, so no, it's more than 8. It's 16. 4 big houses with 4 houses behind it on one side, 4 on the other, so that's 16. 4 times 4, yeah, anyway. And, you know, they're building across. There's 2 more up in the corner, and yeah, it's just, with my anxieties, I drive past it, and it, ugh. Plus, it's right at the end of the street across from the fire station, and so the back way I like to go is not going to be an option. People, it won't be an option. I'm not going to do much with this because I don't know what to do with it. And this one is a little bit more. It's awfully thin. I probably could put a pull on this, and I do have pulls. I do have pulls. Again, I'm really, really, really trying my best to be just kind of random. Just 2 on the nose. We'll just use one of these. I got them from back last year, the end of 22, early 23, when I was doing the Your Creative Studios, which I really like, but I just can't afford it. And I'm not in that income bracket where I can get free supplies once a month. Apparently there's a program that does that, but they won't take disability. And long term, they'll only take state if you have TANF and all that stuff. Anyway, and what was I going to put on here? Oh yeah, I was talking about that fabric that would just be way too on the nose. And I don't want to do that. That's what I was going to do. All right, so back here, hang on, I got to move a couple things. I utilized, and I think it was based on something Candace Johnson had done organizational-wise, but I took all my baseball cards out of it from the 92-93 season, by the way, and stuck them in here, and I still have a lot, because I don't really use these, as you can tell. Let's do like a lello. Those aren't very big lellos, and I want big. Go big or go home. Let's try a person. This lady, she's good enough. So what I'm going to do, oops, put this back. Put this back. See, and then they fall out. Get back in there. Or actually there. That's why. just slightly too big one way and not big enough the other way. And this is what I'm going to do. Oop, 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 oop. Get back in frame. That is for me one of the hardest things to remember. I think no, no, and no. And of course you didn't put your pin in the glue. And this one is not easy to glue. There. So I'm just going to glue the important parts. You know, the edges that are going to stick out. Excuse me if you heard that. My stomach is taken up to growling. Anyway, so, you know, I go down to the end of the street where all these houses are, and I hang a right and go back up by the grade school, which is like the back way around, and depending on the time of day, it may or may not be faster than going the main drag, because it, you know, meets up. But Isabel loves to do her hang 10 out the window because it's a kind of a country road. You know, there are large properties back there, and, you know, there are some cows and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And so she likes it when I go at a fairly decent clip back there, and then she can hang 10 out the window, is what I call it, where she gets her front leg is hanging outside the window over the edge, and then her front paw is just like, if she could grasp the windowsill, she would, but it's just slightly outside. And it's like one of my favorite parts of going anywhere with her, because her little ears are flapping in the breeze, and it's just so cute. And she, depending on the weather, she loves to hang 10 outside that window, and she'll do it up to, I can be going 50 miles an hour, and she'll have her head out that window. And no, her big old bulldog, I call them the angel wings, you know. They're flapping in the breeze. She don't care. They don't do that. That's what I meant to say, is they don't do that. And this is what I wanted, if I can find the end of it. I have this really pretty die cut that I absolutely love. Here's the top part of it. And there's a bigger flower right underneath it, and it slid right off of here. Dadgummit. I had it sitting up on my laptop for a reason. Anyway, 9 times out of 10, it tears right there because it's so thin. And then there's a bigger flower on the end. And I really like it, but it's a pain in the behind to try. Oh, that matches, actually. We'll just put a couple flowers back here. I am beyond the point of, there, pick it up. We'll do this one because it's a perfect mixture of that and that. Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna mess the traffic with all those homes. Now my neighbor Michelle, she said that she heard she's the one who told me that they were individual residences. I mean, at first, when they first started, I thought it was a shop or a detached garage, but yet there's a garage at the big house, and, you know, you're kind of trying to figure all this stuff out as you drive by it all the time, and so she's the one who said that they were supposed to be individual houses. And then we're going to go here and put that one over the top of it. So maybe with it being military, you know, but that's not saying anything. I knew a lady, she was, well, she's a hoarder, and she was, you know, reservist, and I was like, I thought you military people were supposed to be squared away. She says, that's work. This is my home. And she's the kind that, you know, got in trouble by the landlord, eyesore. So just because they're military does not mean they're going to be all neat and tidy and squared away. It's not base housing, so. See, this is where I forget. You gotta lift up, squeeze. That's why I'm thinking I need to go back to regular tweezers. Why, yes, I had to go to speech class when I was in the 1st grade because I couldn't say my R's. And yes, I can get through the first chorus of Rockin' Robin. And yes, all other ones are off bet. You know, bets are all off on the rest of it. If I can or cannot, because I can't. I remember once, oh gosh, I was a late teen. I took my car into Les Schwab. And because I had a issue with one of the tires. And I was attempting to tell the, you know, tire guy that, let me see if I can say it, I have to be careful. The right rear wheel wobbles. That's what I kept trying to say. And it kept coming out. I was tripping up on it, and white wheel, and I just finally said, that tire right there goes like this. A good laugh was had, you know. Even then, I wasn't all freaking out about not being able to say a word like that or being hilarious, or because it was funny. Right rear wheel wobbles. I can't even remember what I was trying to say the other day. That was, yeah, that wasn't happening. It's not happening. That right rear wheel wobbles in things like Creedence Clearwater Revival. I have to slow down sometimes and really think about what I'm saying. No, I'm just not liking anything. But I need to decide on something. Here we go. Since I started on the Pinky Tuscadero. Let's see. I may, if I can, do another video today so I can actually have one for maybe Monday. I know, I like to film in the morning. But sometimes, you know, morning doesn't work out so well. And then I get exhausted from whatever I'm doing. I mean, like, seriously, mentally and emotionally and physically exhausted. There. And it makes it hard for me to record. Those of you who don't have those issues, thank your lucky stars. But, you know, when you're trying to get a YouTube channel to grow, and hopefully coming up here soon, oh, ouch, I'll have even less time to do what I'd like to do. And yes, that may be rather cryptic, but you know what? I'm going to go back to these. Because now that I have them out, they really go well with something like this. No, it needs to, can't blend in too much. And I do have my other flower stuff out. Flower power. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Get up in there. Quit being out of frame. Yeah, these are pretty pink. But, however, why don't we smack a big old butterfly? This doesn't match at all. Yes, I have matchy. Deal with it. If it drives you nuts, imagine what it's like in my head. Seriously, imagine. It is not fun. Let's see if I have one more fussy cutted. There. Too big. Too big. Oh, for crying out loud. So many choices. Oh, as you can see, I have them in various sizes. But the sizes are just not working out the way I want. There. Yes, I know, it's pink and red. Just, we're going to deal with it. Pin in the glue, pin in the glue, pin in the glue. Oh, see? And then it's already stopped up. I can't turn my phone off because I need, but I can silence that. Silence that one person. But this does kind of match what's there as far as I have a little bit of red, and I don't think it'll go too bad. This is why I have a hard time fussy cutting and why I end up cutting off intentionally the white, because I just have an issue with curves. I either have more white than I like, or I keep cutting things off. See? Just like that. Which is why I have the song, "Oh, fussy cuts, you'll always be my worst enemy. Oh, you fussy cuts hate me." Fussy cuts hate me. Yes, I know, it's not totally correct, but I haven't actually heard that song for a long time. And it's, you know, a song that hasn't been, it's not new. Not new at all. Hurry up. Hurry up. There. Do it. Got one more card and then just that thing, and we will be done, 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 done. And I'm going to have a think on those altered paper clips. Maybe make a couple more. There, I don't think it looks that badly. Not to me anyway, and oops, I did it upside down. Actually, I can just do this side and act like I did it on purpose. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose. Here. Or I've got some mainly temple kind of stuff up here, and this would actually go well. Let's celebrate, enjoy today. Let's celebrate. Thanks a bunch. Choose to live. Happy birthday. And use let's celebrate. Let's celebrate, 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 celebrate. And maybe, ew. Don't hate me, but I kind of like that. Again, I'm trying, you know how I get up in my head, so I'm trying very hard not to get up in my head. So these are some of the things, ideas you can do. I know a girl that's very new to this. There we go. So this one that I'm doing now that I made these cards out of is called a masterboard, and it took me forever to figure that out. But it's just basically you take random pieces of paper, book page, whatever, and you slap them on nonsensically with no sort of order, and then you can make both sides. So like, I think I have a piece of paper under here. I started with a book page, and you just randomly glue stuff on top of it. And you randomly glue stuff on top of it, and there's there is green in that, and I use green on that side. So, oh, it's the same flower though. Here. No, let's just stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Am I in frame? Please be in frame. This is why, honestly, I like to have the camera the way they say not to. The selfie part of it. Because I can look up and know exactly where I'm at. Instead of hoping I'm where I'm supposed to be. So there's that one. And we are going to put that be all you can be. Bzz, bzz, bzz. I know, this is what happens when I get up very early in the morning. Because I'm not you people, Mitzi, that can, oh, I'm going to go to bed early and read, and, you know, and then sleep. Oh, good God, no. I just can't. My whole entire body rebels at that. No. See, there it is. And then where did I put the other part? Oh, for crying out loud. There it is. So this is what happens. I didn't even see it. See how pretty it is? But that's so fragile. That one and this one. But I'm going to use it anyway. I'm going to put it in the back. It just really chaps my hide. Or in the words of Peter Griffin, you know what grinds my gears? So here's this. And then this one. So it is a great die. You know, I mean, as far as prettiness. Great idea, poor execution. Is that what they call it? Say that? Yeah. Good enough. Good enough. I'm lucky I found both. Let's see if I have another. Not quite so. So these all came out of a Colorblock paper pad that I got from, well, they were actually at Walmart before I had to get them off of Amazon, but Walmart really started to up their game when it comes to stuff like this. I'm just going to use this, I don't care. And I'm going to cut right there. So I know where I wind up. Anyway, I really like it. It's these, I don't know even how to describe it because my brain is concentrating on gluing and where am I at time-wise and have I finished my sentences because I didn't last time I filmed. And if I would have been smart, I would have gone back to see what I was talking about and then I could have repeated the whole thing and finished my actual sentence. There we go. Let us find a phrase we like. And I think I'm going to do this side. There we go. Adventure awaits you. And just kind of put it down here. And we will. Let's do that. There we go. And I still have the front to do. Yipes. And I could probably do some up there. Yipes. Here we go. And I'm not going to worry about that. Now what I can do is, because it does match with that, and because I'm doing as colorfully as I can and as randomly as I can. Aren't you proud of me? Aren't you proud of me? Yes, 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 yes. And actually, I can do this. There's no law saying, you know, because you didn't just clip this on the side of a journal page or what have you. The sky's the limit on that one. And yes, it takes me a long time to figure this out because, you know how I am. I'm all up in my head and I overthink because, you know, the whole saying, if you're happy and you know it, overthink. If you're happy and you know it, overthink. Okay. If you're happy and you know it, overthink and you'll regret it. If you're happy and you know it, overthink. I know, that just didn't match at all, but I couldn't think of something in time. I kind of like that. Don't hate me, but I kind of like that. However, let's put a bird on it. Get out my birds and see if I can find something real fast. Ooh. I know. I'll put this little birdie on it. I cannot remember which one I got this one. I ended up buying 2 small, I think they're actually SVGs or PNGs, or, you know, for the, I don't know, what do you call those crickets? Vinyl cutters. Yeah, it's more for that kind of thing. So there's not, you don't get, you know, a bunch to a page. I think there is one. One of the ones that I bought does have. And we will kind of go in there and just try to give it just a little bit of a, not much, so there's still room for those little legs. There we go. I kind of like that little dude. As I said, I did my very best to be random. And I really hope she likes it. Yeah, get back up here. And let's see, can I do another one really fast? There it is. Embrace beautiful chaos. That is perfect. Here we go, right here. There. So here you have, let me put my pen and my glue if I can find it, what I did with it. Oh, come on, I can't see. There. Depth perception. So, alright. So here can be the front or the back. We have some of these die cuts that I did and then glued them together and put buttons on. I'm not going to put a button on that one, or I could. Maybe I will later. My jelly plate work. And this is the paper from Walmart. And see, that's totally wonky and off, but oh well. Here's my one of my master board with die cut from Mitzi. I'm kind of just going to leave some of it blank. So here's the back of this one, the front with the lady on it. Because just, I think, just wondering, how did I get to this life? Why am I sitting here letting a strange person take a photo of me? Here is the other one. Whether or not you think it matches, oh well. And this one, I'm really liking the brightness of it. Adventure awaits you. And it's with a funky little bird and that, which matches that. And there you go. So, you know, it does kind of all go together at some point. There are similar colors in there. So, yay me. Aren't you proud of me? And because it's been a really long video, on that note, my messy desk, yes, I know. I bid you adieu and peace out. Bye, guys.